You gotta be kidding me!
Welcome back to another edition of Dante's Hearthstone card reviews. That's right, for Hearthstone's new expansion, Rise of Shadows. And I'm excited for it because some of the cards are ridiculous and combos aplenty, but also combo busters. We are going to go through the 10 cards released for the exclusive, not exclusive, but the class of Druid. We're going to go through all the classes, not in this one, but separately. Right now is a Druid, and I have a special way I'm going to rate all these, and they're gonna be with candle. You know, take candle, except maybe with the ratings of these cards. Either way, I'm gonna go with, on the top left there, you see, I'm gonna go with constructed, what I rate it in constructed, and what I rate it in arena, and they are vastly different. Some cards are ridiculous in arena and not good in constructed, and vice versa. Generally, it's not good in constructed and good in arena, but whatever, you get the idea. Either way, let's start with Druid, shall we? What do we got going on in Druid? I'm excited. Let's do it. Crystal power, 1 mana, crystal power, deal 2 damage, choose one, deal 2 damage to a minion, or restore 5 health. This is 1 mana. Incredible already. You get an option. Any more options are always a good thing. This is going to be a staple in damn near all Druid decks. I don't know when you wouldn't want this card. I mean, this is a ridiculous card. I think it's definitely, I think it's 4.5 candle in arena, and I'm gonna go 4.5 candle in that they're done constructed. I think it's gonna be in just damn near everyone. I don't think it's like busted or broken, but everybody's gonna be using this because why the hell wouldn't you? So here we go. We got Acorn Bearer, Death Rattle. Add 2 1/1 squirrels. Whoops. Add 2 1/1 squirrels to your hand. This card is crazy broken. I mean, 1 mana 2/1, essentially it's a 3 mana 4/3 essentially, but I mean, it's 1 mana 2/1, you get 2 more cards, always some board presence, always a mana curve filler. I think for constructed, 5 stars. I mean, why the hell? And arena, actually, constructed and arena, 5 candles. I'm already messing up. I'm all over the place. Either way, 5. I mean, the card is just value, and it's super cheap, and if it was a 1/2, it wouldn't be as good. Just 2 damage. It's just so damn good. It's ridiculously good. It's common. It's gross. It does everything you need. That's all you need to know. Next up, we have another common here. Blessing of the Ancients. Twin spell. That means you can use it twice because it'll go back into your hand, but that's it. Only twice. 3 mana. Twin spell. Give your minions +1/+1. Terrible. This is awful. It's interesting because even though it's bad, I think in a specific, possibly even treant Druid, or that heal Druid thing that's supposed to be happening, I do think it will be used, but it's just bad or worse than other options. Like, they'll probably have a one-off in some decks, but it won't be the card that's gonna bring you to the promised land. So I'm going to give it a 3 in both. I think it's not any better or worse. I think it's actually better in arena. I'm gonna give it I'm actually gonna give it a 3.5 candle with the little scrumpy candle. I think it is better in arena. Generally, that's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be better in arena than constructed. It's gonna be hard pressed to see it the other way around. Unless it's specific, which does happen. But yeah, it's not that great a card. I mean, you have so many other cards that do the same effect, but better. This just happens to give you another one. 3 mana is kind of high-ish for it, but it isn't. Twin spells interesting. You always have another one in there. So turn 6, you could do it twice, but you already had a card that did it twice on turn 4 with other options. It's weird, but I don't know. I think it can be okay, but it's not that great. Next up, we have Dreamway Guardians. Summon 2/1/2 Dryads with Lifesteal. This is ridiculous. I think that's probably 4.5 stars depending. And I'm this card's really pretty damn good in arena. 4.5 stars. You know, I'm actually gonna lower it down to 4 stars. It's gonna be unproven, but I think it's gonna be pretty good. There's a lot of buff cards and a lot of things that help. And if that, you know what, screw it, I'm going back down. I'm second guessing myself because that's what I do. 3.5. I actually don't know if it's gonna work out well, but lifesteal is a little underrated, and I think they're really trying to push that key word there. So we'll see how that works. I don't think it's too tremendous. Next up, we have Life Weaver. Whenever you restore health, add a random druid spell to your hand. Now that's where the other one, like the synergies can happen. I can see a deck playing out, but again, I don't know how strong it will be, like, because it's not a combo deck and it's not a mill deck and it's not a long deck or a whatever type of deck that goes for a long game, and it's just not going to work out for that. Like it's not mid-range, it's not going to beat you down, it's not going to take a long time and get value. So that's my problem with it. A 2/5 is really good stats, so I think this card is pretty damn good. I'm gonna give this card a 4. Actually, I'm gonna give this card, well, I think I'm gonna give it a 3.5 in arena, and I'm gonna give it a 4 in constructed. I think constructed, if you build your deck around this is crazy. Druid spells are, I think they're like all good, right? What the hell druid spell is not good? I mean, they are getting rid of some of the heavy hitters, sure, but this card can get out of control, honestly. You got a few lifesteal, the small lifesteal ones, you have 2 damage on you, you hit twice with them. That's 2 free spells. That's crazy. Like that honestly, that's crazy. But again, it's a little situational, but I do think the card is pretty damn good, especially for that type of deck. You have to build a deck around it though. The Forest Aid, twin spell. Summon 5 2/2 treants. 8 mana is pretty steep. You are getting 10/10 out of it, but it's, you know, spread out, so like a board clear is pretty rough for it. I think this is all right, but the problem, if you're doing a treant deck, 8 is like, if you didn't win by like turn 8, or you're not about to win or win soon, 8's terrible. 8 mana is pretty rough, but again, it's twin spell and you can do it twice, and that sort of allows you to dig deeper in your deck. But then at the same time, your opponent, they're getting more cards and they're gonna maybe get their combo pieces or whatever, so that's why it's tough. I think 8 mana is too much. I'm gonna give this in arena 4.5. I think I'm gonna give this a, I think I'm gonna give it 3 candles. I don't think it's that great in constructed. In arena, it's pretty damn good, honestly. Just 8 mana for 10/10 stats, and even if it gets cleared, guess what? I'm doing it again next turn. Yeah, I think that's pretty incredible for arena. But next up, we're starting to get to some of the heavy hitters now. Crystal Song Portal. Discover a druid minion. If your hand has no minions, keep all 3. A lot of people have been saying this card's garbage. Some people are saying it's okay. I think it's the problem is it's specialized. I think in constructed it's a bit rough because you're rarely gonna have no cards in your hand. I mean, rarely, and if you do, then you probably lost the game regardless, and I don't think this is gonna bring you back. That's why this is very tough, and I think in constructed I'm gonna give this a 2.5. Not good, not good. I think this is a 4 candle up in that there done arena though. Arena, these value cards like this are huge. They're huge. Now I do, some of the cards that you really need for health are going away in arena, so it is a little bit rough for that one. But because like, how are you going to sustain life? Almost like the 1 mana mech thing for warrior. How are you going to sustain life? And that's where things get kind of tricky. That's why it's not higher than that. But yeah, I think arena, that card's going to be picked a lot and it's going to be crushing, although it is a higher rarity. Anyways, next up, Crystal Stag Rush. Battle cry: if you've restored 5 health this game, summon a copy of this. That's essentially an 8/8 rush, you know, 4/4/4/4. Restoring 5 health is easier now with some of the other cards, including neutral. And this accounts obviously for lifesteal too, so this isn't too bad. It's not like, oh, this has to be in my hand when I restore the health. No, this is just 5 health at all. I think this card might be slightly sleeper if that's your deck. If that deck ends up being good, this is obvious inclusion. So I think because of that, that's 4 stars on that. Is this good in arena? No. Restoring 5 health, I mean, maybe that could be easy, but trying to get those cards, I don't think so. Obviously, if you can restore 5 health and armor doesn't count, this card is sick. It's crazy in arena. Like, it's broken straight up. I mean, you get 8/8 stats, you get the bash thing. So I would say it's super high, but as for it stands now, I'm gonna give it a 2.5 Candle. So what do we got next here? What do we got? We hitting some legendaries yet or what? What's the deal? Oh, Keeper Staladris. Keeper Staladris, 2 mana, 2/3 premium stats, right? I mean, it's either 3/2 or 2/3. After you cast a choose 1 spell, add copies of both choices to your hand. Whoa, what is happening here, ladies and gentlemen? Wow, that is powerful. You want to talk about disgusting power? That's it. I can't even imagine the wild decks with this card. It's crazy. It's crazy. Incredible power. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. I'd have to look at some of the other, I'm not sure how many choose 1 effects there are, spells. Obviously Druid is the only one that has those, so I don't know which ones are actually currently being used a lot, but this card, you can get that to work. It's crazy good, but I don't think there's enough to warrant it being really that good, especially since other things cost more mana. So I do think it's very powerful, but it's not really going to be played, at least maybe not yet as much. But 2/3, I mean, putting in your deck, you're not really losing as much, right? Get some value. I do think it is powerful if you can get that off, but I don't know how much it's going to be used. 3.5. And as far as arena, if you can get that power, obviously it's crazy, but it's like 1.5. It's not great in arena. I mean, a 2/3, it's kind of like, okay, I can take it anyway because it's not really hurting me again. But yeah, I don't know. Only if you get specific cards. Again, you need the choose 1s. Now they do have choose 1s, like a lot of them, but still, you can't rely on it, right? And you have to hold it back, and it's probably better to have tempo on the board. So that's why in arena, I don't think it's as great. Obviously, if you have a deck that synergizes, it's disgusting, but you know, that everything depends on everything, right? Anyways, the last card we have on the list, Lucent Bark. Taunt, Death Rattle, go dormant, restore 5 health to awaken this minion. So it's like that rogue legendary where you had to play 4 cards, which was very difficult actually. But this is pretty easy, and it's a taunt. So does it get silenced? Maybe. I mean, there's even that silence a taunt minion specifically. Does that work? It's tough. 8 mana is pretty high. I'll say that 8 mana. Like, let's say this was 5 mana, 3/6 or something, and it had the same effect. Would that be better? I think that would be better. I think that 3 mana lower would be better. Something like that. 8 mana is pretty rough. 4/8 is okay. I mean, it's like the dragon, but it doesn't have the battle cry. It's tough. This one is tough. It keeps coming back. Obviously, if it comes back, it has more of a chance to get silenced because they get more cards or whatever. So I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more silences in constructed decks. That's where this gets weird. So is it good? Meta defining? No. But it might define other people's cards if this ends up being a thing, a deck, a heal type deck. I don't think it's card breaking, game breaking, or anything. I'm just gonna give it a flat. Even in arena, it's not. I think arena it's a little worse because you can't get the synergy. I'm gonna give it 2.5 in arena. I'm gonna give it 3 in constructed. It just, sure, you can get like ultimate value, but again, you need the cards you need, either the board presence, because generally you're probably not going to heal just yourself or your characters. Yeah, you just need to restore 5 health. That's it. Doesn't matter who. So there's cards. It's basically minion based. It's not spell based. Doesn't work with armor, obviously. It just can work when you have the deck that does it, but it's not going to be in every deck, you know. That's so it's like good if it works, and if it doesn't get silenced, obviously. It does have some synergies with some other legendaries. Grave Digger, I forgot what the hell his name is. But I don't know, man. I just don't think it's that great. I don't know. I'm gotta see how this lifesteal heal druid will work out, and if that can work out, a lot of these cards are crazy. But I hope you enjoyed this one either way. My slight reviews on both constructed and arena. Hope you enjoyed this one. Stay tuned for all the other classes and the neutral cards. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think, and I will be back.